Hello, today we're doing factoring. Our first example is going to be 8x minus 24. With factoring, you have to take out whatever the two terms have in common. In this case, it's going to be 8. So the way you do it is you look for the biggest factor, the one that you can take out. In this case, is 8. So you're going to take out whatever they have in common and open a parenthesis. And whatever is left, you're going to put it inside. In this case, 8 times what is going to give you 8x? Well, 8 times x. When you multiply 8 times x, it gives you 8x. And then you have to say, if I multiply 8 times what gives me negative 24. First of all, 8 is positive and 24 is negative, so you know it's going to be negative because positive times negative equals a negative. And 8 times what gives you 24? Well, 8 times 3. And you're done. This is factoring. Let's do problem number 2. In this case, we have xy minus 4x. Okay, notice that the first term has an x and has a y, and the second one has a 4 and an x. So what do these two terms have in common? The x. When I say in common, means the one that both of them have. In this case, they have x. So x can come out. So write x, open parenthesis, and then again you say x times what is going to give me xy. Remember, two letters, when you multiply, you just put them together. So x times y. When I multiply x times y, I get xy. And then this is positive, and negative 4x is negative, so I know it's going to be negative. X times negative what gives me negative 4x? Well, I'm just missing a 4, so you only need a 4 here. Okay? When you review, remember to be sure, review x times y, xy. X times negative 4, negative 4x. So this is your answer. Let's do problem number 3 here. I'm going to have 9x plus 6y minus 15. Now I have 3 terms, and I have to see what the 3 of them have in common. Well, this one has an x, no x, no x. This one has a y, no y, no y. And all of them have a 9, a 6, and a 15. If you know the multiples of 3, you already know 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. So I already know that the 3 is coming out. Okay? Open parenthesis and go to the same process. 3 times what gives me 9x? Well, first, 3 times what gives me 9? 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then you have an x, so write the x. Plus 3 times what gives me 6? 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and then write the y. Now positive, this is negative, so write a negative. And then 3 times what gives me 15? 5. Okay. Then, since you have 3 terms inside the parentheses, see if you can take something else out. Well, I have a 3, a 2, and a 5, so I can't do it that way. I have an x, no x's. I have a y, no y's. So this would be your answer. Okay? The way you know how to do it, the way you know when to stop is when you cannot take out anything else. Okay? So this is factoring.